Animal Farm 2025. You know, when I first saw Mercy this year, I thought to myself, okay, well we can't sing lower this year. I was wrong. The moment I saw the trailer, I just knew I was gonna be wrong. And again, you shouldn't judge movies by trailers, but just the whole concept. Animal Farm. This book, dark story about how the corrupt governments take power. This is a good idea for a kids movie. What? Because animals talk? Outside of that, there is nothing even remotely child-friendly in this book. Like, what was anybody thinking when they said, "Let's make this a kids movie"? Are you dumb? You must have been dropped on the head as a kid. What is wrong with you? What is actually wrong with you? This is okay. Again, if we sink lower than this year, good lord, this year is gonna be one of the worst in film history. But before I talk about what is wrong with me, which again I don't think I need to explain, but I'm gonna do it anyways. What do you think of the book itself? It's one of my favorite books ever. I actually read it just a month ago in preparation for this review, and I was like, and I really loved it. I think it was a great metaphor. And again, a lot of people like to simplify this as like a book about like why comedy is bad. I think it's just more of a universal theme about, you know, like how corrupt governments in general, not just communists. It could be capitalist, any sorts of dictatorships, under any systems of government or, you know, economy systems. But again, it is not in the least bit a book for kids. But again, they still did it anyways. Because in this movie, we get a completely new character, Squealer, played by Dustin from Stranger Things, he's his whole farm, you know, rebels against the human beings. They kick them off, and the pigs start running the farm. However, though, Napoleon, played by Seth Rogen, slowly corrupts the farm and takes control, creating a dictatorial rule over the farm. So again, sounds like normal Animal Farm, but again, Squealer is a completely new character, and the whole reason he's there is to be our plucky hero who overthrows the pigs at the end. And again, like I say, in the movie version, they overthrew the pigs. Not again in the movie, not the book. And I don't even like the movie. The movie's fine. The animated one before this one, the 1950s one, it was all right. Here though, it's just like he's a plunky sidekick who has tons of one-liners. He's pretty much just Dustin from Stranger Things, except a PG version. And then there's Napoleon himself. Again, Seth Rogen, I don't know what the decision was. I don't think he's as bad as people say he was. Like, again, I liked him a lot in Invincible, and The Studio was one of the best shows of last year. But here, he was a terrible pick. He does not at all capture that presence of this power and intimidation that Napoleon has in the book. In the book, he barely speaks at all. Here now, he farts and calls himself Napopo. And again, that sounds like a joke. Like, this whole movie sounds like one of those AI-generated films that are done as jokes. But somebody actually took them seriously and made them into an actual movie. And again, the jokes. I think there was one good joke in the whole movie. It's where the animals are serving, like, the pigs are giving out the food rations, and the one animal's like, wait a second, this is less than yesterday. It's like, well, you can either see it as less as yesterday or more than tomorrow. That was actually a pretty funny line. So again, that was the one funny line in the movie. Everything else is terrible. Again, like I said, Napoleon calling himself Popo, tons of fart and butt jokes. Yeah, like, honestly, 1984, you know what George Orwell said on his deathbed? I'm proud of Animal Farm, but you know what could have been made it better? Fart jokes, yes. Yes, fart jokes. That's what my movie needed this whole time. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. The fact that anybody just said yes to this piece of shit. The fact that you just, again, saying that idea aloud, Animal Farm's a kids movie, should just immediately cancel out. And again, I keep saying that, but that is an important point to emphasize because, again, it is just the stupidest idea I've seen for a film in a long time. I've seen films that have sharks in tornadoes, Sharknado, yeah. That is a 10 times better idea than this movie. It makes it, honestly, the idea seems like Oscar gold in comparison to this shit. I am just at a loss for words. I am struggling to comprehend how this could have been made. This movie has none of the weight, gravity, and urgency that the book did. The only reason this movie remembered is because it's such a terrible adaptation of the book. I think this is the worst thing I reviewed. War of the Worlds is terrible, but at least it's funny. Like at least I get joy of how terrible it is. This, no. Even Lilo and Stitch, which I also hated, I still rather watch that over this. It's a 1 out. I think it is a 1 out of 10. Truly unspeakable stuff. Don't watch it. Please, for God's sakes, don't watch it.